Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This video is the top 10 tag. I was tagged by the great Jake Blower at Jake Talks Movies. Great channel. I'm sure everybody who watches my videos is probably already subscribed to him, but if by the off chance you are not, definitely go over and subscribe to him. He's just a great guy with a great channel. So I will also say, because he has tagged me, but I will say my list is very strange because I had these planned out just in case um, I was tagged because a lot of people are doing it. So it's likely that most people that have a YouTube channel will be tagged at some point. Um, but oh, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Most of these films are strange because they are in the same franchise. Well, not most of them. Two of them, I think, are in the same franchise as some of the ones that Jake picked in his video. Uh, just a total coincidence that they are. But as I said, I picked these out a few days ago when Jamie Powell started the tag video with his video. Um, but yeah, these are all I own all of them, and they truly are probably my favorite out of each of the genres. I don't want this video to go on too long, so I'll just get on with it and start with horror. So my favorite horror film is a new one, and it's a sequel to the 1980 film The Shining, and that is Doctor Sleep. Now, don't get me wrong, I've only seen The Shining once, and when I watched it, I thought it was good, but not great, like a lot of people think it is. I much preferred this. I thought it was not that I've read the book, but from what I hear from Stephen King, this is a much more faithful adaptation to the book, the sequel book, obviously, to The Shining. And I went to the cinema to watch this. I'm not a massive horror film fan. I don't really watch many horror films. To be honest, if it wasn't this, I would have said the remake of It, because those are the only two horror films that I really enjoy. As I say, don't really go for horror films. So yeah, Doctor Sleep, as I said, I thought it was a great sequel. I thought it was better than the original, actually, more well done. I thought Ewan McGregor was fantastic in it, and I just really enjoyed it. Um, this is just the standard Blu-ray. I would like to get the director's cut at some point, maybe get it on 4K later down the road, because I'm sure it'll look great. But yeah, that is my favourite horror film. Next up is my favourite animated film, and that has to be the classic, that is Beauty and the Beast. It was between this and Aladdin, but I thought hard, and I thought this is probably just a bit more better for me than Aladdin. This is obviously the Diamond Edition. I rewatched this not too long ago, actually, which is probably what made me decide that it was better over Aladdin. Obviously, both of them have been made into live action films, and I like both of the live action films, actually. Obviously, nowhere near as much as the originals, but they were still pretty good. But this is a classic, just really good. I don't know anybody that hasn't seen this, but if you haven't, definitely watch it because it is a great film and my favourite animated film. Next up is drama, and you could probably guess before I even mention anything what my favourite drama film is, because I've probably already mentioned this film about 5 times in the last 2 weeks on my channel, and I'm not going to go into much detail about it because if you've seen any of my other videos, you will know why I like this film so much, and that is Forrest Gump. All I'm going to say about that, great film. Absolutely love it. Next up, my favourite comedy. Another one I think I showed in my last video. I believe it was my last video or the video before, my top 10 I'm talking about. And that is Groundhog Day. I know that I had The Big Lebowski just above that, but this I think is a bit more rewatchable and just slightly more funny. It's not a better film, which is why this isn't on my top 10 list above The Big Lebowski, but it is a more rewatchable film, which is why I would definitely say it's my favourite comedy. Great, I think Bill Murray's fantastic in this, and it's just a great film. Next up is the other one that I said that's in the same franchise as one of the ones Jake picked, and that's Bad Boys. But I am choosing Bad Boys for Life, which I thought built on the first two, and it just made it a whole level higher, better. I think, don't get me wrong, the Michael Bay ones are good, but I think it's more like explosions as opposed to story and heart and emotion in the film, whereas the third one has it all, and it just does it so well. And a lot of people didn't think that it was going to be good after like almost 20 years, and it was fantastic. And that's why it's definitely my favorite action film. It was just fantastic. One of the best cinema experience I've had, up there with Endgame and A Star Is Born for me. And it is actually one of the last films most of us got to see in the cinema before they shut down properly last year. So yeah, Bad Boys for Life. Next up is my favourite romantic film, and that is 500 Days of Summer. If you've not seen this, this is Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zoe Deschanel, and it's basically sorry, I'll get my words out in a minute. It's basically about this man here who sound like a cartoon character. Apologies. Who I can't remember his name. I should remember it because I do really like it. But he falls in love with this girl named Summer, and it's not per se a romance film. It is classed as a romance film because it is romance in it. It's more of an anti-romance film, I would say. But it is, to me, so well done. And if you can, I don't know if you can see the tagline. I'll try and get close. Uh, it's not a love story. This is a story about love, and I just think it's fantastic. Just really well done, and yeah, I really love 500 Days of Summer, and I definitely, out of all of these, I would probably recommend, if you haven't seen this, to watch this first because it is fantastic and it's not too long. It's only just over an hour and a half. Next up is my favourite comic book adaptation, and this is one that I watched very recently, but absolutely fell in love with. It's not only my favourite DC film, but it's also my favourite comic book adaptation, and that is Batman 1989 with Jack Nicholson, Michael Keaton, and Kim Basinger. I think this is excellent. I think the chemistry between Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson are fantastic. Um, I think from what I can see, I've not read much of the comics, but it seems like it's the most comic book accurate film. Um, and I just thought it was excellent. It had just the right mixture of everything. There was some funny bits in it. It was just some serious bits. It was just great, I thought. And I wasn't really a Tim Burton fan this time last year, but since then I've seen this, Big Fish, which is another one of my favourites, and Edward Scissorhands, and I absolutely adore all three of those films. And yeah, so not going to go on in much more, but Batman, my favourite comic book adaptation film. Next up is my favourite science fiction film, and that is Contact. Um, you may see a slight what's the word? My brain's just disappeared of the word. Connection between some of the films here. Three of these films are by my favourite director, which is why they're on this list. That is why he's my favourite director, because in the 80s and 90s he has done some of my favourite films. Obviously, this is Robert Zemeckis, who did my favourite film, Forrest Gump. He did this, and he did another film which is coming up, which was difficult between that and another film that I'll talk about. But yeah, Contact. If you've not seen this, this is just a great film about first contact with aliens. Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey, and as I say, it's just about humans having first contact with aliens and how they do it. And I just thought it was very well done. Not like over the top, like unrealistic. I mean, it is sci-fi, obviously, but I would think if we were going to ever have contact with aliens, this is the sort of way it would happen. Um, I just absolutely love it. The score is fantastic, the acting's great, and it's just a great, great film. One I do need to rewatch soon as well. Next up is my favourite Western, and it was very difficult between this one and Unforgiven. Both of these, funnily enough, star Gene Hackman in. Um, this one he's in more of a supporting role. But this one, whilst it's a longer film, and there was another film that came out the same year as this, which was the same story but different people. I haven't seen that, but I absolutely love this. Maybe this is it's because it's Kevin Costner, and I love Kevin Costner. But that's Wyatt Earp. I just thought it was fantastic. I loved the story and the fact that it is like based on it's like history. It happened, whereas I don't think Unforgiven actually happened, and I do love history. I thought this was brilliant. As I say, it is over. I'm looking now, over 3 hours long, 190 minutes. So what's that? That's three. I'm not good at maths. Sorry. I believe that's 3 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah, that's 3 hours and 20 minutes. But if you like it as much as I like it, you won't feel the time. Much like Titanic, which I said in my top 10. Films that are long, if you enjoy them, you generally don't find them to be that long. And this is definitely one of those films for me. Wyatt Earp, my favourite Western, and I just think it's fantastic. And then the final film, which is a venture film, it was very difficult. It was between this one and Raiders of the Lost Ark. But I've seen this one more times growing up. I enjoy it just a bit more. And yeah, I think it's a great trilogy in my opinion. And if you haven't already guessed, that is Back to the Future 1. Just a classic. Absolutely love it. Love what am I going to say? Sorry, I forgot again. Loved Marty and love Emmett. And yeah, Doc Brown rather, but his name is Emmett, isn't it? We all know that. But yeah, this is almost perfect film. Back to the Future. I just think it's great film. I expect most people have already seen the Back to the Future films, but if you haven't, I would definitely recommend checking that out. And that is my top 10 video. Um, Again, thank you to Jake Talk Smoothies, Jake Blower, for tagging me in his video. Great guy, great channel. Go and subscribe to him if you don't do so already. Um, I would tag some more people, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know very many people that haven't already been tagged. I think most people at this point have already been tagged. So I am just gonna say, anyone that watches this video that hasn't already been tagged, I know it's kind of breaking the rules, but I don't really know. There may be some people that haven't that I don't know of. That has a YouTube channel that makes videos. If you're watching this video, you haven't already been tagged, I'm tagging you, whoever you are, to go and make one. Obviously, if you have been tagged, you don't need to listen. But if you haven't been tagged, you're watching this video and you make YouTube videos, go and do this. And yeah, and if you let me know in the comments that you have chosen to do it, I will watch your video. More than happy to watch the whole video. And yeah, that's it. So I hope there's another tag video soon, because this was really fun. I also need to say thank you, not that he'll probably be watching this, thank you to Jamie Powell to starting this tag videos, because it's really fun watching everyone's different tag videos. It's something new, and it's something I look forward to doing more of in the future. Thank you everyone for watching the video. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a like. If you didn't like the video, you can also dislike the video, but if you do dislike the video, let me know in the comments why you don't like the video, and I will try and improve on it in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this, and to turn the notification bell on if you want to see new videos from me, if you want to know when they're on, because I don't post on a schedule. I will more than likely now post this tomorrow, because I've already posted a video today. We'll wait and see. It may be up tonight, it may not. Just have to wait and see. But yeah, that's it. Until next time, take care. Goodbye.